Hi folks, one of the things I love about the fitness industry is the people, because in this industry people are driven, they're passionate, and they're often working for themselves, which means that they're doing what they can to carve their own niche in their own specific area, doing whatever they do. And one such person was a professional I met yesterday. His name is Ben Sion. He began as a trainer with Fitness First and ended up branching out into his own facility. From there, he's taken structured training that he's been providing successfully for his staff and for his clients and taken it overseas into Southeast Asia and the Middle East. On his own admission, he has committed in 1 year as much as $80,000 towards his education. Now, granted, that included a number of trips to Rhode Island in New York to meet with his mentor, Mr. Charles Poliquin. Charles Poliquin. To accommodate the increasing demand for his education programs, Ben has begun training up his staff. And as part of that training, they're running free workshops at their Australian Strength Performance Studio here in Melbourne. It's an opportunity for any professional to go along and pick up some really high caliber information free of charge. It's worth it just to go along and check out some of the equipment that Ben has in his facility. There is a range of things in there that I had never seen before. Okay, here's one for the employers. If you're looking for staff, you need to be aware that first impressions matter as much for you as it does for the candidate. And to that end, the first impression that you're going to make with a lot of candidates is via your job ad. To help you make the best possible impression, Becky has put together a blog post on how to write a good job ad. The sort of things that she's included in there are the fact that it does need to be concise. It has to be to the point, and it has to demonstrate what the benefit is to the professional. Why would they want to apply for this particular role? What are some of the key components that you would include in your job ad? Obviously about you. We want to tell the people who you are. You want to tell them about the role in a broad scope. You don't want to be running through like a position description. You want to obviously outline clearly the benefits to the professional. Why would they choose to work with you or apply for this job over the one just down the road? And you need to include your requirements. Keep it to your core requirements. You don't want to run into too many details about what's required. You don't want to put the candidate off. We just want to make sure that the candidate is aware of whether or not they're suitable for the role. To learn more about writing a better job ad, please check out that blog post. Crunch Fitness, one of the fastest growing clubs in Australia. They have a range of personal training roles going in New South Wales and Victoria. Please check out the 11 opportunities we currently have listed on the Healthy People website. They are also looking for managers, administration people, and sales people. So there is a full 27 jobs on Healthy People at the moment with Crunch. If you're interested, follow the links in the newsletter for more information. Opportunities at the pointy end of the stick don't come up often. It's a pretty small industry we're in. So when we do have one come up, I want to make sure that you're all aware of it. Fitness First are looking for a head of operations to manage all of the facilities nationally. If you have any sort of multi-site management experience, or you're familiar with managing multi-million-dollar budgets, then I encourage you to have a look at this job ad. It's a rare opportunity indeed. We're all in fitness because we want to make a difference, but quite often the reality is this is restricted to people who are inclined to pay for a membership or pay for personal training within a facility. There is a great swathe of the population who are unlikely or unable to come into our fitness centres and take advantage of the services that we have available. Live Life, Get Active have turned this around. What they're doing is taking physical activity out to the people. They're running sessions in parks that are free for the general public. What they do is they pay trainers and yoga instructors to run the sessions throughout the week. It's only Monday to Friday, and they're only 1 or 2 sessions a day or a week, depending on the camp or the location. I see this as a magnificent opportunity for any trainer to really, tap into the very thing that got them into the fitness industry in the first place, as well as make a bit of coin for what they're doing. So across the board, it's a win. We'll be advertising for roles within these camps across Australia. Please regularly check back with us. In the meantime, check out our blog post, Be Like Sheridan, which shows how the trainers are making a huge impact on the people that attend these camps. Burnout is a real thing for Group X instructors, and nobody knows this more clearly than Marietta Mehanni. In her post today, she talks about how fitness instructors are often the worst at taking their own advice and end up suffering from burnout. Taking breaks away from what you're doing is a great way to recharge. It sounds obvious, but the reality is not all of us do it as often as we should. So have a look at her blog post. If it resonates with you, I encourage you to reach out to her and give her a thanks. It's something that I think we all should be aware of. Okay, some featured jobs for you. Let's begin with a personal trainer role with Snap in Wagga Wagga. We also have a group fitness instructor role with F45 in Artarmon in New South Wales. And in Queensland, we're looking for a club manager for a 12-round facility in Greenslopes. Links to these jobs can be found in the newsletter. For all roles on Healthy People, please check out the Healthy People website. If you've ever had a moment where your perception of something differed significantly from what the reality was, then you'll understand where I'm coming from. I'd heard of tribe team training, but had more or less lumped it in with the small group sessions that trainers were running all over Australia. Tribe team training takes the small group program to another level. I was very surprised, and I think it's worth any trainer or club manager checking out this article just to learn a bit more about what is available to them. I'm going to leave you with a quote this week that resonates with me, and that is, "In a world of change, the learners shall inherit the earth, while the learned shall find themselves perfectly suited for a world that no longer exists." Have a great week. Get your learn on. I encourage you to check out those free workshops with Australian Strength and Performance, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Cheers.